Alright, hello everybody, this is Zackster99. This is a video I'm doing today that is a little bit embarrassing, and this is probably a video that you don't want to have your kids watching. But my schnoodle here, who has been neutered since he was a little dog, he's about 8 years in age, for the second time in about a month, now has a situation called paraphimosis. I'll have a link to an article, a great article that I found about this when we had this happen the first time. And it seems what causes this is we have a neighbor that leaves their little dog, out in the backyard all the time, never lets it indoors. The dog gets bored and digs under our fence and gets into our backyard. And what happens is when their dog gets into our backyard, Mr. Idjit here decides he wants to play that pecking order crap and kind of rape the dog. You know how dogs do. They do that whole stuff to show who's the dominant dog. It's not a sexual thing, but they do it to show the pecking order, who's dominant. And for whatever reason, I guess, dogs' penis becomes extended when they do that, even if it's not a sexual thing. I don't know. I don't begin to understand this, guys. But with our dog, this is the second time he's had a situation called paraphimosis. He is in pain right now because his penis is not retracting, or has not retracted. And what happens is that then it starts to get dry, and from reading the article, it gets swollen. Okay? And it has to be taken care of. And so I'm making this video. I might be the only guy making a video on this dog paraphimosis and try to help you out. Not because I'm trying to get views, not because I'm trying to show you guys my dog's penis, not because I'm trying to make money, nothing like that. I'm doing this for the same reason I do a lot of these videos. Much like I did a video of my daughter getting head lice a couple of years ago. I am trying to help somebody out. And if I can help somebody out, if I can help somebody help their dog out and keep their dog from having to go into the vet and have surgery, or, you know, that you might even have to take your dog in and have them get surgery, and they might have to surgically remove your dog's penis and then put some kind of a tube in there so that they can urinate if you don't take care of this. So this is very, very important, and I'm making this video to show you guys what has worked the first time with my dog Stanley here, so that hopefully I can help somebody else out. That is the only reason I would make a video like this. You know. Come here, Stanley. So he's in pain. He's walking like he's in pain now. Poor dog. So if you're a kid, if you're somebody that's going to be enraged or insulted or embarrassed or any other thing by seeing a dog's penis stuck out, or act like you've never seen it, then I encourage you to stop this video now. Okay? I don't want to see comments about people, you know, making stupid comments down below. Those comments will get deleted. Those comments, I'm telling you right now, will not stay in the comments. So be mature, please, if you're going to continue to watch this video at this point. All right, Stanley, we got to take care of this. We got to show YouTube. We got to show people so that somebody else that has a situation with their dog, hopefully their dog doesn't sit in pain for 3 days before they finally have to take it in to the vet and pay an expensive vet bill that's probably going to run in the thousands of dollars. Okay? So I'm trying to help somebody not only help their dog, but help somebody else save money. Okay? I promise you I'm not showing this video because I want you to be a porn star dog. Alright, Stanley? Alright. So, the first thing that we did that worked the first time was I read that you could use dextrose water, or a dextrose solution, sorry, which we don't have the stuff to make a dextrose solution. You have to order it online. I don't know how expensive it is, but we don't have time to wait for some dextrose solution to come in. I also don't want to have to take my dog into the vet and pay an expensive vet bill to have them take care of it. Even though, again, just like what happened with my guinea pigs and what happens with, I try to take care of my pets myself a lot of times. I get a lot of ignorant people saying if you don't have the money to pay for a vet bill every time something happens, that you shouldn't have the animal. Look, I feel that I'm being even more responsible by trying to take care of these kind of situations myself, something that can easily be taken care of at home rather than paying a vet bill. It's called being smart with your money. It's called not going out and spending hundreds or thousands of dollars on taking your dog to a vet, stressing your dog out even more. Trust me, your pet's going to be a lot better off if it's something you can take care of yourself at home. So last time I did a video of me trying to take care of my guinea pig, most people appreciated it, most people thought it was cool, but my guinea pig had mites, and I used an at-home solution. I went and took care of myself. I talked to vets in my area about what worked, and I was able to take care of that situation at home easily by simply buying a solution at our local farm store that worked great for our guinea pig. So same kind of situation here. You can tell he's in pain the way he's moving his rear end. He's already in pain. So again, at this point, if you're going to be immature, or if you're going to be shocked, or if you're going to be enraged or anything like that at this situation of seeing the situation of this dog, paraphimosis, I think is what they call it, then simply stop the video right now. Okay, this is a serious matter. My dog is in pain right now, so I'm going to try to help him out without rushing him into a 24-hour vet bill or veterinarian on a Sunday or whatever. So the first time I took care of it, I read, it was the middle of the night when it happened and we was trying to take care of it, and I read you needed a dextrose solution and coat a rag in it and cover it and kind of hold it on it for a certain amount of time. It didn't really say how long. So I found out by calling some veterinarians that in a situation, if you don't have dextrose solution sitting around, that you can use regular granulated sugar, just regular tabletop granulated sugar. You can use that, and you simply mix it up in a cup of like warm water, room temperature water. You don't need to boil the water. You don't need to boil the sugar water. And in a cup this big, this is a big cup, I probably used probably 6 spoonfuls, 6 regular spoonfuls of sugar. Not like, tablespoons or teaspoons or anything like that, just a regular old spoon that you eat cereal with, full of sugar, probably heaping spoonfuls in a pretty big cup. So just mix in 6 or 8 heaping spoonfuls of sugar in a pretty big cup full of water, because you might need to re-soak your rag a couple of times. Because the first time I did this with my dog, I had to hold a rag on there for about an hour and it still wasn't all the way retracted. The way we got it all the way retracted is we used a petroleum jelly type substance. The best thing you could use if you have any wet, okay? If you have any lubrication like wet sitting around, that would be the best thing to use. But if you want to save some money or you don't have that sitting around, you can use a regular petroleum jelly like this stuff here that we bought at Walmart, personal lubricant jelly. So I think this is pretty cheap. This is what got it to go in the rest of the way. This time, I think we're going to go ahead and try this first, because it's a lot quicker if it does work than sitting there holding sugar water solution on it for an hour. So we're going to try this first, see how it works, and then we are going to try the sugar solution if it doesn't work, because last time it took about an hour, but the sugar water solution in the rag got it about 80% retracted. So it worked. It was just the last 20% we had to use this for. But because this seems like the logical way to get it in quick, we're going to try this first, see how this works, and you'll be able to see firsthand how well it works. Alright guys, so here we go. I just used a Q-tip here. I got a good amount of the petroleum jelly on the Q-tip. Now I want to go ahead and show you this. Last time his penis was not able to retract, it was stuck out a lot further than this. And the water solution got it to about this point right here. So it's not as bad as it was last time, but it is really swollen and it is causing him pain right now. So what you want to do is you want to go ahead, he's going to probably wince because remember, it's really sensitive. So you want to go ahead and lightly try to put a solution all the way around it to see if it'll help him go out. You can tell by the way he's moving when I barely touch it watch him wince when I barely touch it. You're gonna see that he is in awful pain. He is, poor dog. So I'm hoping this causes it to retract, but we're gonna have to wait and find out. Poor dog. Stay there. Good dog. Lay down. Good dog. See what I mean? If a dog is with a owner that he loves and trusts, I think it's just going to be a better situation than taking him into a vet where other dogs are barking and somebody he doesn't know, and a veterinarian maybe you don't even trust, moving him around. I mean, he is definitely with an owner that loves him and he loves me. I think he's a lot more comfortable than hauling him into a vet. So I'm going to go ahead and fight any of the comments that come out saying, if you have this situation, you should be responsible and take him to a vet. That's my response to all those kind of comments. And I know I'll get them because I had a lot of these kind of comments on the guinea pig video from like 4 years ago. People called me everything in the book because I didn't take my guinea pig into a vet because it had mites, and I was able to eradicate the mites easily at home at about 1/10 of the cost, probably less. Alright guys, at this point it doesn't look like it's retracting very quickly. It's still engorged and stuck out. So we're going to have to try the sugar water solution. And again, use about 6 to 8 heaping regular spoonfuls, not teaspoonfuls, regular spoonfuls of sugar in a pretty large cup full of warm water or room temperature water. Make sure you stir it up really well. Okay. This is if you don't have a dextrose solution. If you happen to have a dextrose solution sitting around the house, then you would want to use that. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and try that now, and to show you how that process works. Alright guys, what we're going to use is we're just going to use like a regular washcloth here, cotton washcloth, whatever, that you use for a bath. And we're going to go ahead and take this, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to just get the middle of it wet, and I'm going to kind of soak it in this sugar water solution. And if you have dextrose solution, then you would use that. You want to make sure it's not too wet, wring some of that excess out, but you want to make sure it's plenty wet. You don't want to wring it all the way out. And then what I do in this situation is, it's easier if you get your dog. You may have to have help with this, but get your dog so he's laying on his back. So, with your dog laying on his back, you can see he's wincing again. But you're going to go ahead and not only put it over it, but you're going to want to go ahead and hold a couple of fingers over it so that there's a little bit of pressure, and so that the sugar water actually touches it and starts to work. So, you're going to have to not be shy. Again, this is not a situation that I enjoy doing. This is an uncomfortable situation. It's an embarrassing situation, but you're going to want to make sure that you're putting a little bit of pressure onto his penis through the rag. You don't actually have to touch it. You don't have to massage it, anything like that. I mean, if you want to, that might help as well, but you just want to make sure that there is some pressure on it so that the sugar water starts to take effect, and so that it actually touches his engorged penis at this point, swollen penis, whatever. And I can only imagine that this thing would, that this situation would be extremely painful. So you want to go ahead and re-soak your rag as well, probably every 5 to 10 minutes. Make sure that it doesn't dry out. You want to make sure that you're getting plenty of the sugar water solution onto it. And for whatever reason, it does seem to work, guys. I would never have thought that, of all things, a sugar water solution would be what it took to make this work. but it does seem to work. And I mean, I encourage you guys, whatever you have to do. If you want to take your dog into the vet when you see the situation, then do that. If you feel comfortable enough doing one of these two solutions I'm offering here, then do that. You can read the article, which I'm linking down below, which talks a lot about it and goes into more detail. But you definitely want to, Stanley, lay down. You definitely have to take care of it, because if you don't, you're going to have a lot worse situation. It's going to continue to get worse. It's going to continue to get more swollen, and it's going to continue to get more dried out the longer you wait. So the longer you wait on this, the worse it's going to be on you, on your dog, and if you take him into the vet, on your wallet as well. And the last thing you want to do is wait 2 or 3 days or longer and have it be a situation where there's nothing the vet can even do, and they have to go in and surgically remove it. I mean, you don't want that for your dog. Not only is it going to be a lot more expensive vet bill, that's something that would be really bad. So I encourage you guys to take care of the situation as soon as you see it, happen. Obviously, if you see your dog with an extended penis for, hours, then it's time to go ahead and take care of it and not wait around for the next 2 or 3 days. Because if it's stuck out for, 6-8 hours, it's likely not going to go back in itself. So you're going to have to either take him into the vet or do something like I'm doing here at home to help your dog out. Again, I'm letting him lay on his side here because, he's going to be more comfortable on his side than on his back. But you may have to put your dog on its back to have this be as effective as you can. We're going to try to let him be comfortable and lay on his side and still apply a little bit of pressure to a swollen area here. Again, guys, I have the rag and I have my 2 forefingers there just kind of pinching around it with the sugar water solution. He doesn't like it a whole lot, but he's being pretty good about it. And if we look here, if we take a peek, it looks like it's going back in. It looks like it's starting to retract, and that's a good sign. The petroleum jelly first, and now a sugar water solution. It looks like it's starting to go back in, this time in only about 10 minutes. So maybe wet first, followed by, you can see that he's moving around. He's not liking it being touched, but I think you're going to have to, at least gently put pressure on it with the soaked rag. Even though your dog's not going to like it, different dogs may react differently. Different dogs, you may have to have 2 people. I mean, you may have dogs that try to bite you, depending on the nature of the dog. So if you have an aggressive kind of dog that has a tendency to want to bite or scratch or run away or whatever, that doesn't trust you as much as my dog does here, you may have to have 2 people, or 3 people to help hold down the dog, depending on the size of the dog. So whatever you have to do, the situation needs to be taken care of. Unless you just unless you just don't care about your dog being in awful pain. Again, if you can get your dog on your back, it's probably going to be most beneficial for you. What I've done is I've taken the rag and I didn't squeeze it out all the way. And now I'm going to go ahead and squeeze a little bit of the solution right on top of it. I believe this worked the first time. And you can see him moving around and wincing. He's still in pain. But good dog. Good dog, Stanley. You're being a good dog. You're being a good dog. Yeah, puppy. Alright everybody, it's been about 30 minutes now that I've been holding this soaked sugar water rag onto the area, and it's retracted quite a bit. Again, just like the last time I did this a month or so ago, it hasn't all the way retracted. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and remove the sugar water soaked rag, and I'm going to go ahead and coat. You can see that it's actually working though, because you can see the ridge of fur around it. It looks like it's starting to retract back in. It looks a lot better than it did before. It looks like it might go back in, especially if we give it a little help with another good dose. Just run petroleum jelly all the way around your Q-tip. And remember, he's going to wince when you do this, so be prepared for that. Get a good coat of petroleum jelly, especially around the edge. And what I would do right before you let your dog go, like my dog, he likes to lick, as I'm sure any dog does. So you want to make sure that your dog doesn't go and lick the petroleum jelly off before it has a chance to work. So what I would do is I would just get the petroleum jelly on there, and then make sure he stays in position and can't lick it basically for, at least 5 or 10 minutes. And then you can let him go and get comfortable, and hopefully it'll go back in. That's what happened last time a month ago. We let him go after about 5 minutes after putting petroleum jelly on it. He probably licked at it, probably licked the petroleum jelly off, but maybe with, even him licking it, maybe it went ahead and retracted all the way, because the next time we looked at him a couple hours later, an hour later, whatever, it had retracted all the way. The one thing I want to tell you guys is, never try to forcefully push it back in. Remember, your dog is in pain. The area is swollen and very painful. So, if you want to gently put pressure on it to try to help, through the rag, to try to help get the sugar solution on it, or the dextrose solution onto the area by putting just a little bit of gentle pressure on it, that's one thing through the rag. But never try to push it in yourself forcefully. You can definitely hurt your dog by doing that. So it looks like he's feeling a lot better. He probably didn't sleep much last night. And as it goes back in, I think he's starting to feel a little bit more comfort. So I want to go ahead and thank you guys for watching this video. Hopefully this video helps at least one person out. If this video has helped you out, in a situation where your dog has the same condition, please comment down below, let me know, and be sure you rate my video. This has been Zaxter99, and a very uncomfortable and awkward video, but my hopes is that this video helps at least one person out, and if so, it's been well worth my time. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. This has been Zaxter99. Take care.